Welcome back to Devil's Advocate and an exclusive interview with the President of Pakistan's Tehreek-e-Insaf Party, the famous cricketer Imran Khan. Imran Khan, tomorrow, Monday the 16th, the Pakistan Election Commission will start hearing a reference for your disqualification as a member of the National Assembly on the grounds that you fathered an illegitimate child and therefore violated Articles 62 and 63 of the Pakistani Constitution. Are you scared the verdict will go against you?
It hasn't even bothered me 1 minute because...
So you mean you don't mind if it goes against you?
No, it's not that. It's just too ridiculous to invoke Article 62, 63. And by General Musharraf and the MQM. Remember, these are supposed to be liberal parties. Not only the religious parties have never invoked this article. By the way, this was General Ziaul Haq's article.
You may be right that the people invoking the article are being hypocritical in doing so. But the paradox is that as long as the articles exist in the Constitution, you could be in gross violation of them. And let me tell you why. On the 30th of July 1997, a Los Angeles court ruled that you were the father of Tyrion Jade and you never disputed that verdict. Many people now believe that 10 years later, that means you've accepted it.
It's not true. Look, if you can have, if in a country you have an ex-party judgment, in the US, I mean, anyone can go and have an ex-party judgment.
But why not dispute it? Why not
challenge it? No, I disputed
it?
I said, look, I am a Pakistani citizen. Come to a court here and get me, file a paternity suit.
But you disputed it rhetorically from within the boundaries of Pakistan. Why did you not go back to America and dispute it in a court of law there?
I was never planning to do that. And
but shouldn't
I have no
you
intention.
for your protection?
No, not at all. I think that anyone can do that. And the whole thing, by the way, was politically motivated. Then, before the elections, it's again politically motivated.
Quite right,
now,
but the problem is that you're at the corner of a politically motivated campaign that could actually end your political career forever. Because the problem is, if the verdict goes against you, not only will you lose your seat now, but you may never be able to contest again because the same disqualification will continue.
Karan, let me say first of all, it's an ex-party judgment, does not stand in a court of law. Number two...
It stands in a court of law in America, maybe not in Pakistan.
Not in Pakistan it can't stand. In Pakistan they will insist that the case was in Pakistan. Let me just say, number one. Number two, the Election Commission will discredit itself if it does that. Because we are already filing, I don't know whether you've heard this, but as of day before yesterday, all top politicians in Pakistan, including General Musharraf, Shaukat Aziz, the Speaker, we filed references on Article 62, 63, which have a lot of proofs and much more solid than the one against me.
So what you're doing is that if they move against you, you're going to move against everyone else and bring the whole system down.
In my opinion, I can bring the entire assembly out on 62, 63 because you literally have to be an angel to pass that 62.
Maybe.
Which is why it's never been invoked.
But the problem is, probably everyone in the system in Pakistan is guilty of the violation you're guilty of. I grant that.
No, not
but
that.
The Election Commission might choose to move against you and not them. That's the problem you face.
But this is the problem. The Election Commission, if it does that, I think it will be discredited. And then it will be flooded with these cases of Article 62, 63 by my party. And they will be stuck because we've got actually proofs of people. I'm not talking about their private lives. I'm talking about plundering the country. I'm talking about violating people's rights. And I mean, there are tons of cases.
In a sense, what you're saying to the system and to the president is, you threaten me, I threaten you. You're calling their bluff or worse. You're in a sense blackmailing them.
No, not at all. I'm saying that this was done with malified intention. They suddenly haven't woken up one morning and started to have a moral crusade.
No doubt. But the problem is that the malified intention could work because a court in America has deemed that you're the father of a legitimate child. And isn't it also true that in 2004, when Tyrion Jade's mother Sita White died, there were widespread reports in Pakistani and British papers that you had begun meeting Tyrion Jade. There were also suggestions that your former wife Jemima might even take on the guardianship. All of that can be used against you today.
No, it cannot. Look, we've got enough legal opinion on this.
You're really confident?
The case has zero chances of succeeding. And if they do actually kick me out, they are opening a Pandora's box, and they're not going to survive it themselves. But let me just go one step further. It actually shows how desperate they are, because normally, I mean, every politician who's been in power, there's so much on him. So if they have to drag this one case back again to sort of to kick me out of this. I mean, it shows the desperation.
Let me pause and put it like this. This all arose because, in fact, you called Altaf Hussain a fascist, you called him a terrorist, you lodged a formal complaint with Scotland Yard in England demanding an investigation into his alleged criminal activities. Do you regret doing that?
Regret? Listen, I am so confident that within weeks we will hear a verdict against him by Scotland Yard. He has 234 cases. He has 43 murder cases. He has 18 torture cases.
Where do you get this confidence from? Where do you get this confidence from?
Because my legal team here is headed by my namesake Imran Khan, who's one of the top human rights lawyers in England. And he studied all the cases.
But have you got some assurance from Scotland Yard?
It's not assurance from Scotland Yard, but Scotland Yard already has interviewed me. We've given them the evidence. And my lawyer says there's no way he can get out of this.
One last question. In May, you also said that you would take Tony Blair to court for harbouring Altaf Hussain. Since then, Tony Blair has resigned. Will you drop that, or will you take action now against Gordon Brown, his successor?
Actually, I never said this. This was misquoted. But what I did say was that the double standards of Tony Blair, here they are expecting us to fight a war on terror, but our number one terrorist is being harboured in Britain.
Don't those double standards apply to Gordon Brown as well?
Well, I intend to see him, but I mean, he wasn't the Prime Minister. Remember,
Will you press that he should push against Altaf Hussain?
Well, Tony Blair has been the forefront in this war on terror, which has taken hundreds and thousands of lives.
But when you meet Gordon Brown, will you push for action against Altaf Hussain?
Not only Gordon Brown, I hope to meet the Foreign Secretary. I've already met various members of Parliament, their anti-terrorist committee. I've told everyone about our number one terrorist.
So very quickly, regardless of the personal threat to your political career, you are not going to back off Altaf Hussain?
It's out of the question. I will go right to the end. If Scotland Yard doesn't act, I'm going to go into the civil and the criminal courts.
Imran Khan, a pleasure talking to you on Devil's Advocate.
Thank you.